Hey folks, I'm at the Darkest Dungeon booth. Gentlemen, what kind of hell did you unleash to us today?
Well, we're showing off a aquatic-themed dungeon. It's not quite in the live game yet, but it's full of flopping fish-like abominations and other Dagon-influenced horrors.
We have one particularly nasty new boss that we're showing off called the Siren, which, like all bosses in Darkest Dungeon, is basically just mechanically created to kill as many heroes as possible.
Oh, that sounds absolutely delicious. So with each of your levels, there's kind of something specific with the runes, with the undead and the warrens and the fungus. What is going on with the Cove? What kind of hell are we expecting? What kind of damages are going on here?
Well, essentially, these sort of Innsmouth-type fish people have come up from the depths to sort of worship the site of your ancestral awfulness. And mechanically, they're very, very bleed-resistant, but they're open to blight. So it kind of balances out the landscape of the game. Currently, we've only had 3 dungeons in, and they favor sort of bleeding attacks, whereas now this other mechanic kind of starts to come into its own.
Cool. Now, are you adding any other features along with the Cove? Any new mechanics, any new gameplays, any new characters?
Well, some of the skills that the monsters in the Cove are doing are kind of new mechanics. We're doing some things like, for the first time, monsters can heal each other. One of our recent updates, we added the Man-at-Arms and the Houndmaster that can guard other heroes. Well, we even have some monsters that can now guard each other. So that's really like broadening even the landscape of combat. There's going to be a lot of behind the scenes and tuning and ongoing balance adjustments that'll be dropped with this patch as well. And we do have one more character class that's coming. It won't be part of this update, but we're already at 13. There's another character class coming before full release. And what's kind of cool about that one, without teasing too much, is that it's a backer design class. We crowdfunded back, originally with this game. And one of our tiers had the ability to work with us to design a character class. So we're happy to say that that's going really well, and it's going to be really cool. Like in the same vein of like the Leper, the other weird classes that Darkest Dungeon has, we got one of those hidden up our sleeve.
Awesome. Now, I'm a huge fan of your game, and I have to know, how do you guys balance the absolute difficulty of your dungeons, but while maintaining the fun of a game?
Well, a big part of it, I guess, is that you can always retreat in Darkest Dungeon, and that's different than a lot of games. So, for example, there's not the presumption of success. So we do things that are very difficult, as you may know, and hard, and sometimes things don't break your way. So one of the key parts of balancing that is that you have somewhat control over how much risk you're willing to take. If things aren't going your way, it just might be time to cut and run, go back to town, heal your heroes, because, there's permadeath. So, I think a lot of other games, if it doesn't work out, you reload and try again. Darkest Dungeon's always pushing you to that uncomfortable point of, maybe I've just gone too far this time.
And we also, we've hooked up a lot of metrics from our early access, so we can see sort of which are the most popular characters, which are the most popular skills, where people's money sits at based on like what week in the game they're on. That's been really, really informative, and also, of course, player feedback. We're in the Steam forums all the time, our own forums, Twitter, Facebook, just trolling for through lines and feedback and trying to get a good sense of how people feel while they're playing the game and what they feel is under or overpowered and that kind of thing. So we're really going to start casting an eye towards that.
Yeah, and I'd say one of the benefits of early access, obviously, is that you have a chance to kind of iterate through those things. And for us, a priority all through development has been getting the core systems in place, because some of the fine-tune balancing or some of the final passes can't really happen until every key mechanic that interacts together is in. So that's been our focus as well as we move through early access, is trying to drop all those systems into place. But now we're getting pretty close to release, so fans or owners can expect to see continued passes and balance and gameplay.
Awesome. Now, you guys are going closer and closer to release. Once the game is finally in full release, will you be sitting on your laurels? Will you still be working on something? Will you be working on something new?
Well, I don't think we've ever had a chance to sit on our laurels yet.
I don't even own laurels.
One great thing about Darkest Dungeon, when Chris and I were first, even before we started development, one of the awesomest things was just how much potential there is. How many, and it's a modular RPG underneath, and the beauty of RPGs is there's so much you can do, right? So we have a lot of expansion ideas, ways to add things to the game that the game's already been successful, so I have no doubt that post-release we'll be doing some sort of updates, whether it's free or paid, I'm not sure yet, but you can look forward to updates and DLC, yeah.
Awesome. And finally, when can we finally play the Cove?
Well, the Cove patch is going to drop mid to late September. And like Tyler said, it's going to contain a lot of other balance and nuance stuff. So it should be pretty exciting. A great time to jump into the game if you haven't been playing for a while or if you've been sort of sitting on the fence. And yeah, then we're just going to drive hard and hopefully get it out by the end of the year with the Darkest Dungeon and all the real awfulness. This has just been a preamble. This is like the opening act, essentially.
Yeah,
so.
and the Darkest Dungeon itself, I mean, we've shared no concrete details on, but it's going to be good.
Well, I literally can't wait. I can't wait to die 100,000 times. Thank you guys so much for your time. For more content like this, head over to shacknews.com.